Previously on The Whispering Tree and the Golden Apple. The party gathered at the edge of Grammy's orchard, where mist curled between the apple trees and the stench of trolls clung to the night air. Claw marks scarred the trunks, boughs hung broken, and the once peaceful grove seemed to hold its breath. Yet one among them was missing, Kaki Jan. Urgent business had drawn him back to Brindlemark, leaving his companions to press on alone. By a gnarled oak stood Mac, the old tree and bark as weathered as stone. Bjorn approached cheerfully, offering questions and druids' prayers. But Mac gave no kindness. His branches rattled in disapproval before one limb cuffed Bjorn squarely on the head. "Keep your prayers to yourself," he rumbled. When Leah spoke, though, the ancient stiffened, then eased. To her he gave counsel. Dryads still wandered the orchard unseen, and trolls had claimed the old bakery. His voice, like grinding stone, faded back into silence, and the adventurers moved on. Behind the bakery, Thorin discovered a rank heap of rot, crawling with mold and buzzing flies. As he drew near, it stirred, a violet fungus rising from the decay, tendrils dripping slime. Thorin's shout brought the others running. The violet fungus rose only for a moment before Ella and Leah's arrows dropped it in a twitching heap. The two quickly carved away its foul pulp, keeping it to poison their arrows later. With the threat ended, the party split, Ella, Thorin, and Bjorn skirting the bakery's wall while Leah and Elian slipped into the orchard mist. Not long after, Elian and Leah heard soft giggles among the branches. Apples flew, bursting against trunks, and dryads emerged, shifting between bark and bloom. Their eyes narrowed on Leah, but when Elian spoke, they leaned close, voices like rustling leaves. To him they revealed secrets, a broken wall at the bakery's rear, and Grammy's cottage at the orchard's far edge, where greater dangers dwelled. The scouts peered through a crooked window of that cottage. Firelight revealed one massive troll hunched against the rafters, tusks tearing meat from a carcass. Two smaller brutes prowled at its feet. The stench of old blood and must choked the air, forcing them back. Meanwhile, Thorin, Ella, and Bjorn encountered two trolls outside the bakery wall. Bjorn's magic shimmered, charming one into wide-eyed joy. "Bjorn?" "My best friend," the troll bellowed, lowering its weapon. The second, enraged, lunged at Thorin. Steel clashed as the charmed troll swung at its kin. From the tall grass, Ella leapt high. Her blade flashed as she came down, cleaving her foe from crown to groin. The brute collapsed in two twitching halves, and the orchard rang with silence once more. Bjorn patted the troll's arm. "It's not safe here, old friend, go." Trusting him completely, the brute turned and lumbered off, vanishing into the trees. The party regrouped and agreed, strike the cottage first. Thorin pressed to the door, Elian melted into shadow, while Ella and Leah smeared their arrows with fungus pulp. Bjorn peered through the crooked window and froze as a troll's face filled the frame. After a beat, he gave a nervous wave. The brute blinked, then slowly lifted a clawed hand and waved back. Bjorn, attempting a spell, misfired, his shard of ice burying itself in his own side. Thorin swung his jeweled warhammer, missing his mark and slamming the cottage wall. The blow vibrated through his body, leaving him staggering as the boss troll forced its way out. Massive and snarling, it tried to haul Thorin off his feet, but the dwarf stood rooted, immovable as stone. Frustrated, the brute faltered just in time for Elian's rapier to slide between its ribs and Ella's arrow to pierce its throat. With a thunderous crash, the giant fell. The fight raged on, Bjorn's poisonous cloud choking one troll, Ella's arrows dropping another, until the orchard lay still. Thorin severed the boss's head, lifting it high before planting it in the dirt as a trophy. Inside the ruined cottage, Ella found a hidden drawer. A dart shot at her face, but she plucked it from the air with ease. Within lay brittle parchment, half of Grammy's legendary recipe. The adventurers then turned to the bakery. Thorin hurled the troll head through a gap in the wall and leapt after it, Ella right behind. With the trolls distracted, Thorin slipped behind a splintered table while Ella slid like a shadow beneath the looming bulk of one. As the brute snuffled above, she stayed hidden in its shadow, blade ready, breath held. Elian's bolts and Leah's arrows streaked through the breach. Ella struck down one goblin, Bjorn smothered another in poison gas, and the bakery was theirs. With a roar, Thorin hurled his shoulder against the heavy door. The timbers splintered and burst wide, only for him to stumble into the side of a half-rotten wagon jammed against the threshold. The crash rang out across the yard, the wagon lurching under the sudden impact. Two trolls loomed nearby, unaware. With a whisper, Ella conjured an illusion of roaring fire. The trolls stumbled back, shielding their eyes. Hidden safely in the flames, the party's arrows struck home, each shaft burning in their foes' minds. Believing themselves ablaze, the trolls fell thrashing until silence claimed the yard. At last, searching the bakery's office, Elien uncovered the rest of the recipe, tied with a faded ribbon. Victory was theirs. The recipe proved more than a list of ingredients. Between its faded lines lay a hidden clue, a place, Elmridge, and a name, Marla. Elien frowned, sensing danger if Horys learned too much. Before handing it over, he quietly altered the script, twisting the clue so only the companions would know the truth of what it revealed. They returned to Brindlemark, greeted by lantern light and murmuring townsfolk. In the sheriff's hall, Thorin laid down the puppet head of Jareth Kor, and the reward was counted into his hands. Beside him, Elien held the scroll case, ready to present it to Horys. But as he extended it, time froze. The fire stilled, companions locked in place, breathless statues in the moment. From the stillness came a hooded thief, face hidden, only strands of red hair visible. She plucked the recipe from Elien's unmoving hand and vanished. Time lurched forward. Horys's smile faltered as he grasped at nothing. The recipe was gone.